I couldn't leave town without going past the Conneaut Historic Depot. It's on Depot Street. Get your Depo Provera so you don't have to get your abortions. Anyway, I'm gonna stop by here, document a little bit for the old man. Hopefully I don't get kicked out for having the bike. He'd like to have that to ride around on. So this is the hopper car and caboose donated by the Bessemer and Lake Erie Railroad Company to the city of Conneaut, Ohio, in memory of those men of this community who, no women, contributed so much to the development of our country through the transportation of iron ore from the lake to the mills. F.W. Oakey, President, Bessemer and Lake Erie Railroad. Equipment located on this site, October 14th, 1964. And back in Youngstown, they have a half-gauge track. They have a half-gauge track that still runs to this day. You buy a ticket and you're entitled to go on it all day. $22 tons capacity, or 22,000 gallons. That's the water car for the steam engine. Let's take a look at the steam engine here. Saw it coming up. So, this here is the Nickel Plate Road Berkshire locomotive, number 755. Built in 1944, donated by the New York, Chicago, and St. Louis Railroad Company to the city of Conneaut, Ohio, as a monument to the memory of those men in the community who contributed so much to a great period of development of our country, the era of steam railroading. Myron B. Phillips, President, Nickel Plate Road. Equipment located on this site, October 14th, 1964, year of our Lord. I wonder, I tell you, I mean, layers and layers and years of paint and grease. Keep this weatherproofed. I gotta wonder if it was fired up today, if it would run. Got a little corrosion coming out of there in one of the boilers. Or actually, that's where the piston comes out of. Right through there, through that linkage to turn the wheels. And we got a roll train in the background. Be coming through here shortly. I don't know. Those fellas should be clear the tracks over there, putting in the asphalt. Yeah, some of those cars had seals on them, and some of them had beams, and some of them were full. Some of them were just being transported to go get filled up. These massive wheels. That's the thing about steam. You see, you had these wheel weights here. Once it gets moving, you see that top, that moon cut out, and then this one, the half, that would help keep the momentum. It's amazing, really, when you think about steam technology, all the routes and all the different pipes that the steam has to take, and steam expands at a rate once water boils. The volume of 22,000 gallons becomes 16 to 1,700 times as much as volumetrically as the water itself. But just very interesting how what we consider a primitive technology was actually employed and put into use. And then today we use the internal combustion of diesel engines to push electric trains, basically. It's not like those are running straight off of a big diesel engine. It would be inefficient. You don't get the same amount of torque. But those diesels, they'll charge up a basically electric motor hubs, and that's what'll spin the wheels today. But yeah, this is definitely a bygone era. I remember steam engines coming through the Youngstown area. Even this little clever guy. So this over here, that looks like it's running on petrol, and this is set up on a full gauge track, and this pump car too, and this little trolley. This is you know, this is how some workers would get around, you know, maybe a mill or something, and, you know, pull their tools over to work on the train, or, you know, pull small little passenger cars even. They used to run like down at the mills in Youngstown. What they would do is they would run the worker cars, and those worker cars, they would go from downtown to the mills and drop guys off and then pick them up. The mass transit of its day. Then they started building roads, and everybody was able to afford cars and, you know, two-car garages attached to their houses and stuff, because it was a boom. But yeah, this is the Conneaut Historic. We got that all in frame. Yeah, Conneaut Historic Railroad Museum. U.S. Department of Interior has placed this building on the National Registry of Historic Places. That's the top plaque. And then the bottom plaque, this museum, which is housed in the former New York Central Depot, is dedicated as a memorial to those people of the city of Conneaut, Ohio, who have contributed through their efforts so much to the growth of our city and country over the years through their years of service with the railroads of our community. Bessemer and Lake Erie Railroad, New York Central Railroad, New York, Chicago, and St. Louis Railroad, dedicated May 15th, 1966. All right. Well, time to leave town, because even though the railroad, I got lucky because some guys were in here. They are currently closed on the inside. But I got to get moving. Real nice to look inside there. You ever get the chance. Keep on working, guys. Maybe one day they'll have a plaque dedicated to you. I'm heading down a place called Gore Road, and I noticed this place, and I thought, man, like, there's enough seating there to have a wedding. What is it? Well, this is Bucia or Baccia Vineyard. It's a winery and a bed and breakfast. So, those of you thinking and planning events, come on down. I wanted to take this opportunity to document crossing the Ashtabula River along this bridge, a river whose breadth and depth are as grand as the people of the town it is named after. Although it is quite narrow and seems to be dry. Global warming, what do you want? Ashtabula, a welcoming town, if by only its signage. I'll be out of here soon. I'm crossing over the tracks on my way to the bike trail in Ashtabula. I can tell you that this side of the tracks holds no higher charm or appeal than the previous side. Ashtabula, also colloquially known as Trashtabula, and there is a reason. All right, on to the Greenway. About 60 more miles to go. Get close to Warren. $210 miles, 4 days, pretty decent vacation up at Conneaut. You'll get to see all about it. Nice way to get out there and see the sights, stay healthy, get you a bike.